What's going on, Jerome's? Happy Saturday. Now, we've had about a week to let the idea of Kwesi Adofo-Mensah as the new Vikings GM marinate, and some fans love it, other fans, boo. There's a shocking amount of Vikings fans who are certain that Kwesi's going to fail and or are actively rooting for it. It's kind of weird for me, but also at the same time, it's not that surprising. But overall, I respect the Vikings for having the cojones, the huevos, to make a bold move like this. Because, sure, Kwesi could fail. It's a non-zero chance. He could also succeed. He could also kick ass. His leadership style, his delegation, his Ted Lasso type good vibes in the building as opposed to Brian O'Neill. No one says hi to me. Yeah, moving on from that. Maybe it works. It does. But the fact that the Vikings went outside the box, I respect it. Because you got to try something else. Whatever was going on in the last 8 years, and even going back to Leslie and even go back to Childress, it wasn't working. It would have been easy to go with another football lifer in the Rick Spielman mold. A D2 linebacker, worked as a scout, dips all the time, just a football guy, that whole thing. But in Kwesi, you have an insanely smart leader who knows when to defer to smarter people in their area of expertise. That's why I think that coaching will be a collaboration. He's already said that that's what he's looking for, as well as scouting will be a collaboration. And whenever you have an organization where everyone's opinion is heard and valued and has input, it just makes the working environment that much better, as opposed to, hey, Spielman and Zimmer literally not talking for weeks, months, maybe years. They won't be there for each other. I mean, Spielman, it just comes down to ego, man. And Spielman's not blameless in this either. I mean, obviously Zimmer, a little bit ego, a little bit of nothing's my fault, a little bit of Teflon Zim, sure. But, I mean, Spielman's at fault here too. And the reports of him being maybe a little bit aloof, sure. I do think that have some merit. Anyway, but ultimately it will be Kwesi Say. He is the guy whose name and buck stops with him. And I think that his previous experience as a commodities trader will actually help him here, whether it's value in free agency or the draft or a trade. Do your due diligence and then execute. Go for it, man. And Kwesi's analytics should compute. You need an elite quarterback to win. You look at the final teams, minus the Niners. You look at the teams that are competitive year in and year out. They have a stud. They have a dude at the QB position. Now, is Kirk going to be your guy for the next 3 to 4 years? Even though Kirk had a phenomenal season this year, he played great after the bye in 2020 as well. He's not going to change his stripes. I think that he is what he is. I think that he is a solid top 12-ish, top 8-ish on a given day type quarterback. I don't think that he's going to vacillate from that. Could Kellen Mond be your guy? You need to evaluate that. If not, you have to go get one. You do. Now, is there one in this draft? I don't know. But could they be aggressive and try to move up from 12 and get one? Sure. Or do they stockpile picks and prepare for 2023? Bryce Young one time? I don't know. And he'll see the trend towards young offensive-minded head coaches as well. That's why Kevin O'Connell has appeal. That's why we've been championing a bit for our guy Mike McDaniel as well. But also, if everyone and their mom thinks that these young, up-and-coming offensive minds, Nathaniel Hackett with the Broncos, are the cat's ass, does that create a market inefficiency with defensive head coaches or head coaching candidates? So does DeMeco Ryans get overlooked because everyone wants to go offense? Does Raheem Morris not immediately get a second chance because everyone's going offense? What about Patrick Graham, even though... results with the Giants, not so much, but he is highly regarded. Again, very well educated at Yale, insanely smart, relates well to players. So it would be nice to swing the pendulum the other way, right? Now here's Kwesi's checklist. Only 5 things. I mean, that's it. Only 5 things to fix the Vikings. Number 1, leader and communicator as head coach. Now, they don't have to be offensive background, but I just want the best person for the job. Number 2, find that quarterback. If it's Kirk, great. If it's Mond, great. If it's not them, go find them. Number 3, build up your O-line to protect your quarterback. Now, you already have Darisaw and Brian the Real Deal O'Neill. Now, build out the inside out, no matter what they want to do. Is Wyatt Davis legit? Is Ezra Cleveland going to be have some staying power? Figure things out. Number 4, keep Justin Jefferson in purple, because Jefferson's rookie deal is going to expire while Kwesi is here, unless he gets fired in 2 years. So you got to keep the best wide receiver in the game happy. You have to build the offense around him. And guess what? Fixing the O-line and getting a quarterback and getting a head coach who's not going to put an artificial governor on the offense, that's going to keep Justin Jefferson happy, and that's going to keep you winning games and putting up points. Number 5, pass rushers. You look at the Final Four teams, talking about quarterbacks, talking about offensive-minded coaches, but look at the pass rushers. Chris Jones, Von Miller, Aaron Donald, Trey Hendrickson, Nick Bosa. It's a quarterback and get the quarterback league, and getting the quarterback is paramount. And there's a saying that's always stuck with me, talking about chicken or the egg, pass rushers or cornerbacks. Great corners can make average pass rushers good. Great pass rushers can make average cornerbacks great. So get guys who can get after the quarterback and also keep Daniil, hopefully. And Kwesi was a controversial hire. Fully understand that. You have a guy who has no football playing experience, only got in the league in 2009, learned things along the way, actually had to ask people in San Francisco to help him learn how to watch tape and evaluate players. But everything new is controversial. Like, if the Vikings hired Ryan Poles, which is no guarantee he was going to get the job, that's why he settled for the Bears job. That's right. And then no one would have batted an eye. But now that you're taking Kwesi, everyone freaks out. And maybe they do the same thing with every other spot in this team. Maybe they do hire a Kevin O'Connell or a Mike McDaniel or a D'Amico Ryan after 1 year of calling defensive plays. Or maybe they trade up for a Kenny Pickett or a Matt Corral. Maybe they just really get after it. Maybe this changes the way that football teams are assembled. It's possible. Like, again, it's a non-zero chance. Or what would you rather have the Vikings do? Same old tired formula, same thing. The way, the worst excuse is this is the way that things have always been done. Please, what'd you want to do? Hire Dave Gettleman as GM, hire Vic Fangio as head coach, and then extend Cousins? Like, is that the plan? Is that what you want to do? No. So I will take Kwesi's door B as opposed to if that was door A. But Kwesi's also got to get it done. Like, the honeymoon period is only going to be this long. He's not going to be on scholarship for long. He can have all the praise and all the platitudes and latitudes and all the stuff from other GMs saying the Vikings got a great hire, but he's got to prove it, right? It means nothing unless the Vikings are winning games and making progress towards a Jerome Barty, because games aren't played on a spreadsheet. But as a fan, I'm excited. I'm excited that they're trying something different. They took a chance. They're gambling. No risk it, no biscuit, no gamble, no future. Let's go. Shake things up. But your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings gambling. Love it. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.